Hello, everyone. Welcome to TV Literate, the podcast that unapologetically enjoys trashy TV. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Megan. And we're
back. We're so sorry.
Yeah, from our unintended month-long hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
For explanation, it was the holidays, obviously, so that gets a little crazy. And then right as the new year came along, somebody, aka me, came down with a little virus, little COVID,
little touch of the Rona.
Was not very fun, but I was triple vaxxed, and so it was just like a bad cold, and it was annoying. It was more annoying that I got it because I don't really do anything or leave my house, and I left my house and I went to go give my mother-in-law a birthday cake, and that sealed my fate.
Yeah, it was your death knell, but thankfully you didn't die.
I did not die because vaccines are a thing. I would have been a lot more sick if it were not for the vaccines. I don't know if I'd be here, TBH, because I get very sick very easily, but I am doing fine. I might be a little congested, and I might have to, I'm sure I'll have to edit out several coughs, but you know what? That's okay. We're back. And we're
going live. That's what it is like in the time of pandemic.
Exactly.
Occasionally, one of us is going to get fucking got.
God damn it. Fucking Omicron, dude. It's no joke. That shit's contagious as shit.
Yeah. Seriously.
Get boosted if you haven't already. That's my PSA for the day, because I know it's easy to put that stuff off, but just do it.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is.
And wear your mask.
Yeah,
that's
wear
all I
your
gotta
mask.
Say. N95, KN95, wear those suckers.
We just got some new ones in the mail today, and I'm very excited about it.
Hell yeah.
So, Jillian, what have you been watching?
Oh my god. You already know this because I've been texting you nonstop. But I've never
been prouder of you.
The mood struck. I have watched Survivor now. I've watched like 8 seasons of Survivor since the last time I talked on this show.
That's how it is with Survivor, man. It's just you get started. It's hard to stop.
I even got Chris in on it because he used to hate it because he's like, why are people putting themselves through like physical stress and stuff? And I'm like, they're not really. Like, they're safe the whole time. Like, there's no way that they'll actually die.
It's controlled.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the safest way to go do stupid things in the wild.
But yeah, Survivor is amazing. And I'm so proud of you that you're into it.
I've watched Heroes versus Villains. I've watched David's versus Goliath. That was the first one that I watched that got me hooked, and I was like weeping when they got their family visits because everyone was struggling that time.
I
have not weeped at a family visit since then.
Yeah, some of them, there are a couple of them that are like particularly heart-wrenching to sit through,
that you're like, oh, I get it, man.
yeah, for sure.
I just have to say, I'm watching a series that has Coach in it. I fucking hate Coach.
I hate
Coach. This is the second one that I've watched with him in it, and he's just such a fucking lying asshole.
He's a loser. Like,
he's
literally.
Such a loser. I've been to the Amazon before, and I was caught by these people who are famed for making you eat your genitalia, and then they cut you open so they can watch it go down your intestines. And I'm like, I don't think anybody would think that, and that wouldn't happen because you'd just swallow it, and then it would get dissolved in your stomach acids.
Yeah, no thanks.
They have to wait like 4 hours.
He just likes to hear himself talk is, I think, the biggest thing of it.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
fuck Coach for real.
Barring the fact that J.K. Rowling is a fucking turf, he's Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. I fucking hate him. But
I agree.
Other than Survivor, we've watched a couple things, but the only thing that I really want to mention is there's this new show on Netflix called Archive 81, and it's really good. It's essentially about a film archivist being hired to restore some tapes, and it's spooky.
Oh, okay. That hits a lot of buttons for me.
Spooky.
Yeah, no, it's archiving. Really oh my god.
It's so good. Because, like, that's my biggest fear in, like, librarianship and stuff when I've ever had to do it is, like, either losing something important or finding something I'm not supposed to.
Yeah. That's true. That's how you feel when you're at, like, the book return and you open the book and there's, like, a old piece of ham in there or something.
Yeah. Half a squirrel.
Yeah, happens way more often than you want to think.
Dirty diapers.
Oh, God.
I don't know how we get dirty diapers in a college library, but it has happened in ours too. Like,
I'm sure it has. I'm sure it has.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like a thing that says book return is the place for trash when there's a trash can right next to it too.
Yeah, yeah.
They've really tried in most libraries to like give you two receptacles.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, okay, so Archive 81, watch that. It's on Netflix. It's really cool and spooky. And what have you been watching in your COVID haze?
I don't even remember. Like, I think I'm blocking out like the early days of my COVID.
Yeah,
because I don't even remember what I did. I do know. Speaking of the turf, I did rewatch some of the Harry Potter movies because that's like a comfort thing for me, and I was sick, so yeah. What do you do? I'm a millennial. But lately, like this past week, Kyler and I don't really know what sparked us doing this, but we started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I have seen some of, but not a lot of, and Kyler's seen most of, but it's been a while, and I love it so much. It's amazing. It's hilarious. And yeah, I love it.
I only ever watched the first like 2 episodes, and I was like, man, this isn't kind of my jam, but it may be one of those shows that takes an episode or 2.
It is definitely. It's definitely like a very specific type of humor too. So I can definitely see why like people wouldn't like it, but it's I'm into it for sure. It's good.
Good.
It's definitely like that like awkward, like super uncomfortable cringe humor. Yeah, which you definitely have to be in a certain mood for it too. Which I guess I have been lately because that's really been scratching the itch.
You just needed other people being awkward.
Exactly. I need to watch other people be humiliated so I feel better about myself, okay? I'm really in my flop era right now.
That's what reality TV and trashy TV is sometimes good for.
Exactly.
Like, I might actually be making a couple of the right choices in my life.
I haven't, done as bad as I possibly could have. It could be worse. So, yeah, there's that. Speaking of, it could be worse, this week we are going to be continuing on with season 7 of Bringing Up Bates because it's the season that's never ending. Yep.
It's never ending. We were going to do 5 episodes for this episode, but they all ended up being a fucking hour long, and that's way too much to talk about in an hour show. For sure. We're only doing 4.
We're only doing 4, but they were all long episodes, and there's like so much shit to shit on with these episodes.
So much shit to shit on. I'm so ready to get into this bullshit.
Let's fucking do it. So the first episode we're talking about today is called Beach Blanket Bachelorette.
And it is the 100th episode of Bringing Up Bates.
Oh my god.
The 100th episode, spectacular.
Oh, it's so spectacular. Let me tell you. It's so spectacular. So it's the college girls' fall break. And so all of the girls are taking a fun beach trip together. And it's kind of also doubling as a bachelorette for Tori because she's getting married very, very soon.
And we all know that Tori does not want any attention put on her. So having a vacation / bachelorette is ideal.
Yeah, definitely. This would not work for like Carlin, but for Tori, yeah. So all the girls are going except for Whitney. And Carson is the only boy that's going to be there.
Which is cute. You always need one good baby in a Bates gathering.
Yeah, definitely. So they rented like a big house for everyone to share that has a pool in the backyard. Which of course Carlin runs in and is like, well, this is big enough for all of us. And it's like, they booked it. So yeah. You hope so. Yeah. That's usually when you book something, like how many bedrooms it's going to be. And, you can kind of figure it out a little bit.
You pick things based on your party, not your party based on your lodging.
True. So the first thing they do is they go on a little boat cruise, and Kelly and some of the girls are trying to talk wedding details, and Tori is just like not interested at all.
She does not want any part of the wedding planning, which I get.
Like it's just not
it's
some
stressful, and if you don't care, then it's even more stressful. Like if you're just like, I just want to be married,
right? Like I don't have any specific,
in a regular family, Tori would have like eloped, but because you have to have the big wedding, she has to have the big wedding.
Definitely. So they eventually spot some dolphins, and everyone's very excited.
It's so much, because the boat captain is like, well, there's dolphins up there by the buoy, and they're just like, where are the dolphins? Where are they right now? And he's like, well, they were up by the buoy, so like, watch the water. And they're like, but where are they? And you're like, oh, we don't know.
Probably out in the water somewhere. Just keep watching.
Yeah,
we don't have like trackers on them that we like can see on like. We have like an app on our phone that shows us.
They're
where
robot
all the
dolphins. I press this button here and they all jump at once.
Exactly. It's like an animatronic ride.
Yeah. Again, all these 4 episodes were just like entitlement and bad decisions for me. So this is where it started. Where are the fucking dolphins? They're where the dolphins are. Nobody really knows. They may not jump up again.
Yeah, like it's kind of at the dolphins' discretion.
Yes.
So then they stop at a little sandbar and they get out and look for shells and have some fun.
It's just a big Florida adventure.
Oh yeah. What more could you
want? So then the next day, everyone goes for a walk down the beach, since we're just gonna Florida this thing out. Everyone was having a very good time, except for there were dead jellyfish all over the beach, and everyone was freaking out. And someone said, "Oh my W," and that almost killed me. Oh my W.
Also, I always love a good beach trip with the Bates, because you get some incredible swimwear. Just height of fashion.
Yeah, if you want to wear like a shirt over another shirt, over a pair of leggings, over a dress, over a skirt to go swimming.
To go get in salt water in the hot sand. I cannot imagine something more uncomfortable.
No. And like they aren't even doing something like, like Muslim women wear just like one layer on the outside and then the regular clothes underneath. This is just like, we're just going to wear a fuck ton of clothes all the time.
just so many layers.
Yeah. They sit and talk about marriage tips. I think this was on the beach.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to die all of this, because Alyssa starts out with, it's survival of the fittest in your own marriage. And I'm like,
That's scary. Okay, I've never once felt that way.
I did not know.
In my relationship at all. I've never once felt like fight or flight.
I don't need to compete for food or attention in my relationship. Like, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, that's really alarming.
Yeah.
But they kept, I know Alyssa talked about it, and Erin was also talking about like how different it is going from living in the Bates household to being married. And I think that just like shows, I don't even know, like how crazy it is that they're just like thrown into this completely new situation and expected to just like adapt.
Yeah, they're just like, here you go, you're an adult now.
Yeah.
Bye. Like, it's insane. Like, that's why you move in with someone before you marry them, because you want to see if they're like a serial killer, or if they have like a giant collection of troll dolls or something. Like, you gotta know.
Yeah, trial run. I once moved in with a guy and then broke up with him 4 days later, and it was the best thing I ever did.
And they can't do this. They can't get divorced 4 days later.
No.
I get it, man.
Yeah. They also talk about their new apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So Tori and Bobby found a new apartment, and Bobby is moving in like while they're on their trip, and then Tori's obviously going to move in after they're married.
Mm-hmm.
So at least he's going to be out of his camper before.
The beautiful camper. The beautiful camper. I was really hoping they were going to have a wedding night of, if this camper's rockin', please don't come a knockin'.
Don't be like Joy and Austin in their little trailer that they had for like the 4 years it took to get their house together.
God, I don't even know. It's just brutal. Like,
too much.
I don't know. The whole discussion about the apartment was dumb, because they're all like, oh, it's gonna be so cozy and quaint, and it's like 1,000 square feet. It's like,
that's a big apartment for 2 people.
Yeah, that's a good sized apartment.
And when I was in college, I had like 1,000 square foot apartment with my roommate, and it was like we felt it was huge. Like it was so much space, so much more space. I think
my like house that I am recording in currently is like 2,700 square feet or something. So like, 2 people. Nope.
Sure.
It's a nice sized house.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're always so annoying with that. Like they expect everything to be so big, and it's like, well, most families don't need to house 19 children.
Yeah.
So you don't need that much space, and you only have like a normal amount of kids or no kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we got a cute little Michael moment in this part where she was talking about how, she was cozy with Brandon in a little apartment, because their apartment was little in Chicago.
Yeah.
And just the thrill of being married. And I think Michael has a lot more of a reasonable, like, not expectation, but like reasonable experience of marriage than
it seems like it.
Alyssa,
survival of the fittest.
Yeah. She's like, oh, it was so nice and cozy, and Alyssa's like, I could have fucking died.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely think that Michael and Brandon are two of the like better matched people. I don't know. I can definitely see them like being good for each other.
I mean, they kind of remind me of what was his name, like Minister Collins or whatever in Pride and Prejudice. They like mousy little dude who needs a little pastor's wife, and Michael is the pastor's wife.
Yes, that's perfect. Okay, so back in Tennessee, the Bates boys are helping Bobby move into the new apartment. So they start by going to the camper and loading some stuff, I guess. And Judson says, man, Bobby, you have a lot of stuff.
I know, he has like 2 duffel bags and like 5 towels.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't really seem like that much, but...
No.
Yeah. Yeah, they bring it over to the apartment. The apartment looks like a nice first apartment. And only like a month and a half until the wedding, and then Tori can finally live with him.
Ooh. Like, I feel like it would be more reasonable if they were allowed to be unchaperoned after becoming affianced. Like, at this point, like, if she could move in with him and the wedding's being planned, that gives them a month and a half of, like, knowing each other. But no. Yeah. No ding-ding until the ring.
Not a single ding-ding until the ring.
Ain't no dings with no rings. Judd was trying to move a lot of the stuff. I don't know why they brought a tiny child to help move stuff, because that feels like they would just bonk him with chairs and stuff, but...
Yeah.
None of the women are home to watch him, so...
That's true, yeah. What are you gonna do with them?
Yeah.
So then back at the beach, the girls are going to a little boutique to do shopping and also to paint sand dollars. And everyone is painting them except for Tori, I guess, who decides she doesn't want to paint them, even though this is like kind of like a party for her. So it's like, it feels like you could have probably just sucked it up and done it.
It's her party and she will cry if she wants to.
I guess. It just doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but
it just feels like this whole trip Tori had the worst time the whole time.
Yeah, for real.
Like, maybe she's just yearning and she's just gonna have a bad time regardless until she's married and can, like, be a real wife and know all the secrets. Like, maybe she's just really anxious, like, oh god, I gotta go bang this guy.
Ew, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. No, I can imagine, like, that being a really, I can imagine being super anxious because your whole life is about to change and you have, like, no concept of, like, how big it's gonna be, how big that change is gonna be. And yeah, I would not function very well in that circumstance.
No. And they talk around shit. So, like, if you were to, like, go to your sister, like, go to Alyssa, if she were to be like, hey, I'm really, really nervous about honeymoon night, they'd be like, well, you'll just feel it and it'll be fine. It's not like, actual practical advice.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever.
But yeah, Alyssa and Tori talk about registries because, of course, Tori has not registered for anything yet, even though the wedding is, like, a month away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. They make their little sand dollars into ornaments. It was honestly really cute. And while I was watching this, I was like, that would make such a good, like, library program for kids. And I wish I would have done it. But
yeah,
there you go. If you're a librarian looking for, like, a summer library program for kids, sand dollar painting.
Sand dollar painting. And then you can spray them with the glitter glue to seal in the paint. It's so cool. Yeah. It was a cool project, but I don't know. Tori didn't like it. It's weird. No, I don't know. It just feels like I guess the problem is because they're all family members and they're all the only friends that they have, really, that they can't, like, go to a bachelorette party with, like, their friends and their, like, one sister they're close to or something. It's just like, we gotta do a family event. Family stuff. It's like,
bachelorette parties usually are not family events.
Yeah, not,
like, even if they're not your mom. Yeah, even if they're not, like, raunchy, which, like, my bachelorette party wasn't raunchy. Like, there was alcohol involved, but, like, it wasn't raunchy, but also, like, would not want my mom there. Just not really the right environment.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
but
no,
okay.
I just went and like got my nails done with my maid of honor, and then we all went to a bar and everybody drank the day before the wedding. That was it.
Yeah. There you
That
go.
was the party.
There you go.
The sand dollars fucking turned into a fucking competition. There was a moment where they were all like, "Oh, yours is better than mine," and like, stop competing with each other.
Yeah, everything with this family has to be a competition, which I get because there's 19 kids, and so you kind of have to compete. It's survival of the fittest. But yeah, it's like everything is it's very annoying. So then, of course, they have to go for ice cream because that's like their version of like going for a beer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they get ice cream; it's their treat. And I can't imagine working in this ice cream shop and like having all of these fundies walk in and then demand like 10 different samples.
Oh yeah.
No.
I mean, at least it's just the girl children. Like, it would be way worse if you throw like Nathan and Trace in there. They'd have like broken the front of the ice cream machine.
Yeah, but I'm praying for these employees of the ice cream shop.
I know. Poor ice cream scoopers. I hope you made it on Survivor and won the $1 million.
Hell yeah.
There have been 2 ice cream scoopers on Survivor, at least. It's
a popular Survivor profession. Yeah. But not as popular as, like, basketball players, apparently.
Yeah, basketball. Basketball players love it.
There's a lot of football players, too.
And football wives.
Yeah.
But basketball, really such a weird connection to Survivor. Why would you... I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's big in the basketball community, Survivor. Who knows?
Maybe it's because it's Survivor comes on like the one night that there's not a basketball game, so they all watch it.
That could be it, for sure. So, since the girls are having their girls' trip, the boys have to do something too. Mm-hmm. So, Gil, Lawson, Nathan, Bobby, and Kelton go indoor go-karting.
Yep. This seemed like a bad idea. Yep, all of this seems like a bad idea. I mean, first of all, they're never gonna, like, just race. They're gonna smash into each other.
Yes, 100%. That's, like, the first thing that they do is they get, like, a safety talk by an employee who tells them that, like, they're not supposed to crash, and if they get 2 warnings or whatever, they have to leave. And,
Of course, they're all driving around, and Nathan and Lawson are fighting for first place, because it's Nathan and Lawson. Right. Nathan tries to block Lawson. Lawson smashes into the side of Nathan. They break one of the cars. They get one safety violation, but they can still keep going, even though they broke one of these probably very expensive cars.
Yeah. No thanks.
Oh well.
They're so annoying. They just have no respect for the rules. It's all...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And add in bringing your own film crew so like then you can film if anybody kicks you out or whatever. It's not great.
Not great at all.
Entitlement.
But I wouldn't expect anything less from them, though. Yeah, entitlement is definitely, like, both of their middle names, for sure.
Yep.
So then after the race, they give out scores, and Kelton ends up winning first place. And then I forgot what I was watching, I guess, because I think it was Lawson, it might have been Nathan, but made a comment about Kelton being a plumber and winning a go-kart race, and I thought that he was going to make a Mario reference because Mario the plumber, Mario Kart, but then I realized that he has no fucking idea who Mario is.
He did not know, but Bobby and Kelton would have known because Bobby put his nickname as Bowser.
Hell yeah.
So at least all of the girls are marrying into less strict families.
If you don't know about Mario, there's something wrong.
I mean, Lawson was like, little yellow guy who eats things when he was trying to talk about Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Oh, God. Oh, scary.
Yeah. I don't know. So then they kind of are planning the bachelor party of what they want to do. And it's just the worst discussion. But they end up thinking they're going to do the coolest escape room in town. The coolest.
Oh, hell yeah.
And... of course, then I think Kelton, said, that is hype.
That is so hype. Escape room is so hype.
So hype. Can anybody here believe it?
Oh, God. I believe.
Nobody died. Nobody got injured. They did break one car.
Yeah.
And they planned their escape room.
Honestly, for a Bates outing, It's could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, well, and they didn't immediately injure the groom like they did with Brandon, I think, or one of the other ones.
It was
yeah.
Brandon. It was Brandon. Yeah. They like got him a face injury like 2 days before his wedding. Yeah.
I heard you wanted a broken nose for your wedding, buddy.
So then back at the beach house, they're throwing like a little bachelorette party with the sisters to give some gifts to Tori. And then they play a little game after they give gifts where they like, it's like such a complicated game where they like write a story, but they only
one line at a time,
and they're only allowed to read the one line previous, and then they have to write their line. And I think it was like people didn't know if they were supposed to be, because they were writing a story about Tori and Bobby, and I think some people thought they were supposed to be like writing the actual story that happened. Yeah, and some people were like, we're making shit up. Yeah, and so it was just kind of a hot mess.
Yeah, it was not great. I did that game in 7th grade in English class. Like, we used to play that in English class when she wouldn't have anything left for us to do.
Which makes more sense than this. It's not really a bachelorette party game.
No, these children should have gone to public school. They would have liked it.
Yeah, they would have loved to play all like Heads Up, 7-Up and shit. Like, oh my god. Hell yeah.
They would have been hype.
It was hype. That's hype.
That's
honestly
so
hype. Heads Up, 7-Up is hype. Let's be real.
Yeah. It's true.
So then they have dinner, and Michael talks about how fun it was to make a big meal again, which, no thank you. But more power to you if you like it.
Yeah. Always just makes me sad about Michael. Whenever she's like, I just want to make a meal for a family, and you're like, fuck, I know. You just want to make a meal for a family.
I try as hard as I can not to think about Michael, because it makes me sad.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else to say about this episode? Should we move on?
No, this next episode is a humdinger.
Humdinger. Another beautiful season of blessings.
A beautiful season of blessings. Just love it. So they're going to Papa Bill and Mama Jane's for Thanksgiving, and Mama Jane is just as enthused as you would imagine, saying, I love her. Dear God, don't let these fuckers in my house.
Yes, they and it starts off with like the family kind of arriving to their house, and Kelly calls Mama Jane to tell her that they're like about to turn onto a street to get there, and Mama Jane just goes, "Can we have another 2 hours?"
I know. Oh, she just wanted a normal family with a normal life, because like they were there with, I think, like Zach and Whitney and maybe one of the other couples that drove up separately, and like they were just having a nice time, and then here comes the fucking entourage.
just chaos on wheels for sure.
Yeah. They also brought boyfriends.
Yes.
So all the Bobby, Kelton, I can't tell them any of them apart.
All of them are there. Yeah.
They're all there. They're
all there.
Random white man.
Yes, the basic white man. Yeah. So then while they're here for Thanksgiving, the plan is also to build a barn, which I guess when you have like an additional 20 people coming over and staying at your place, like you might as well put them to good use.
Well, and you got to get them doing something, or else they're just going to take your own house apart.
It's true. Yeah. Make them do something productive instead of something destructive. Yeah. Also, there was a scene where they were taking on a golf cart, like a bunch of people over to the site, and there were just like literally like 15 children hanging off the side of this golf cart. And my heart sunk. It just looked so...
Mama Jane's gonna get in that cart on Thanksgiving, the next day after Thanksgiving, and it's gonna be like,
yeah, it's full fucked up now.
Yeah.
And then watching them all like swing on like the boards and the rafters, it was just
they were making like a big tall like 2-story like barn, but not like a barn, like enclosed barn, but like a shed
barn,
like where it has a roof and like one side, maybe 2 sides kind of thing. And they were just like throwing their bodies up there and throwing hammers to each other, and no one's using a ladder or like just any kind of safety equipment.
Nothing at all.
Put those kids up there. You have 19. What happens if a couple of them die?
Yeah. Oh god. Like, yeah, like my butthole was clenched this whole time. I was just like waiting for someone to scream because they just like shattered their femur.
Right? Like we had them doing much less dangerous stuff, and what's his face broke his arm.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
littler ones, but who knows?
God. So then Kelton pulls Evan aside and talks about his plans to pull Gil aside during the trip to ask permission to court.
Yeah.
And Judson interrupts. And they were and says that they were making a conversation, which I loved the way he said that. And he's just super nosy, and that's me as hell. So I would be Judson too.
And he comes in and they're just like, you can't tell anyone, and he's like, that's all right, Bobby told me a secret and I still haven't told anyone, and just fucking like rambles off over this wood like a badass.
I love Judson. Is low-key my favorite.
He's so chaotic, but I get it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like you have to be, if you're number 18 of 19, like you have to be chaotic.
Yeah, you're basically being raised by your grandparents at that point. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
You're gonna be a wild child.
So Evan kind of warns Kelton that Gil's probably going to initially say no, because that's kind of like his thing, is to be like no, and then
see what happens, see their reaction.
Yeah, because that's cool.
Power plays every days.
We got to do it. So yeah, kind of Evan gives him that warning so he can be prepared and ready to go. Not just weep. Yes.
I think if I had to do something like that, like high stakes, ask a question like, hey, can I continue to date my person? And they said no, I'd just be like, but who knows?
Who knows?
I have anxiety.
Yes. Word.
Hearing the word no in general is hard.
Yeah. They all go pick pecans, which is like a tradition at Mama June is Honey Boo Boo Child. Honey Boo Boo. I always do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Mama Jane's again like, here's another outside activity for your huge ass gaggle to do.
Stay out of my house.
Stay out of my fucking house.
So yeah, they take all the little kids and pick pecans, and it was cute.
It was. If they have cow poop on them, they're not good, said one of the little girls. And I was like, well, that's
a good
definitely
rule.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing to teach the kids.
Yep.
So then some of the little kids go inside finally and help Mama Jane make brownies. And little Bradley is so fucking cute, and he gets to lick the spatula at the end, which is like a rare honor in Mama Jane's kitchen. So yeah. Hell yeah, Bradley.
And probably a rare honor for anyone, because there's fucking 19 of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it was very cute. I don't know. I like when little kids have to do not adult, but like human things, like when they cook or like clean stuff. I'm like, that's cute. That's good.
It is cute. Yeah, like watching him like crack the egg. It was like, hell yeah.
God, yeah, it's so cute when he cracks the egg. Just like learning about the world as a tiny baby is cool.
Tiny little baby learning everything. So dumb, doesn't know anything.
Yeah, so dumb, but so innocent and sweet, not an asshole yet.
Oh, we love them.
We love them when they're small. Then they get big and they turn into assholes.
Yes, full stop. Oh yeah, and then we get Papa Bill's legendary grits for breakfast, which I remember they talked about in another episode too.
Yep.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, we did a lot of food stuff, but I guess it was a Thanksgiving episode, so sure.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Then it's back to work at the barn.
Yep, and Gil's brother Greg is there now because he had been doing Thanksgiving at the in-laws the day before, and he wanted them to get the barn finished then. But of course,
yes, of course, of course, they haven't gotten as far as they had hoped they would.
Nope.
So that's great. Yep. And then while they're doing this, Josie brings Kelton and Warden, because they can't be alone, so they have to bring Warden over to assault some cows, basically.
Josie would be the one who goes cow tipping. She would.
Yeah, they were like going up to see the cows, and they were like bothering them, and then were shocked that they were like not happy with them.
Yeah, the cows were like, "Don't touch my face.
Leave me alone, please.
I just want to moo here in peace."
Oh, I loved this part when we were back in the kitchen, and Mama Jane was talking to Alyssa, and she was like, you're having another baby. At this rate, you're going to have as many as your parents. And Alyssa's like, no.
And she's like, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to a lot more like your mama than you want to think you are. And Alyssa, you could just see like, fuck.
She's right though. I mean, goddamn, you're just at one after the other.
I know. And
I don't understand, because both her and like Erin and like multiple of them are always like, I keep saying this is going to be my last one, and then I just keep having more. And it's like, that there are things you can do to prevent it from happening.
I don't know if they do.
Like, lots of things. I don't know
if they know. Like, I think they probably only know one option, and probably their husbands are not very good at it.
Yeah, probably not. Oh, and this is also where it's revealed that they still haven't sent out wedding invitations yet for Tori and Bobby's wedding. Their wedding is on December 16th, and this is on Thanksgiving. Yeah. So, what the fuck?
Holy shit. Like, that blows my fucking mind.
I literally have anxiety right now thinking about that. Like,
it's because no one, like, lives anywhere else. All of their friends and all of their family are all in just like one area. I guess they're like, well, pencil it in for the 16th.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm trying to think of when. I think we sent out our invitations like 3 months before the wedding, and that was after we had sent out a save the date too. So it was like,
we sent out a save the date like 6 or 7 months ahead, and then invitations later.
Yeah, it's no. I know. I just
they're
can't.
Like, don't save the date. Just show up. I bet Tori is just like, I don't want anyone to show up, so I'm not sending out the invitations.
I mean, maybe that's a good strategy, because the other thing is it's like December 16th. That's like really close to the holidays. You should probably give people
be traveling.
Yeah, you should probably give people like a heads up that that's happening when it is, so that they can like factor it in. But who am I to judge?
I think it's just Tori doesn't want anyone to show up.
I get that, I guess.
Don't look at me. I just want to get married.
Oh, and then the boys finally find something to compete over again when they are all outside at their tables, and they decide they were going to see who can get to the top of a tree the fastest, and it's just chaos between all the adult
and of course
guys.
It's fucking Nathan instigating shit again. He's like, oh, Bobby, how long do you think it would take you to get to the second fork of that tree? And Bobby's like, I don't know, an hour. And then Lawson's like, 2 minutes or whatever. And so they fucking do it. And cool, glad you used all that energy while you're having lunch from building a barn.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? I don't know. They just, the competitiveness is a lot.
It's just crazy, man. I don't get it. I don't like it.
Yeah, and Nathan, God, Nathan is like up there with Lawson, I think. Like, I can't figure out which one I hate more. But
Lawson is smug. Nathan's an asshole.
Yeah.
There's two different like veins of hatred there.
Yeah, agree. It's different, but equal.
Both bad.
Like, yeah. So then they go back to work on the barn, and this is where Gil and Kelly take a little break, and they talk to Josie and Kelton alone and do a little relationship check-in conversation.
We just really want to keep our parents in our relationship, is one thing he says that made me want to vomit.
Ew, that's gross. No. No.
It's good to talk to your parents about your relationship because they can offer insight and stuff, but I don't need them in my relationship.
No, yeah, like I will come to you if I need your advice or something. Like, it's really, really not my parents' place to do that kind of thing.
They're there to support me, not be my relationship. Weird.
So Kelton kind of starts off by saying that he doesn't want to take anything away from Tori and Bobby, but he feels like God is leading them toward courtship.
And then fucking Kelly, her response to that was the worst. She's like, well, the only exciting news is baby news. Everything else is just news.
And it's like, fuck.
Brutal.
That makes me, see, like, that kind of shit makes me feel so bad for Michael, like, even worse than, like.
You can never have exciting news to your mom.
Yeah. Like a normal person experiencing infertility, that's hard enough. But then to be in a family where it's like, well, the only thing we care about is baby news. Like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah. It was so fucked up. Like, I watched that, I listened to that part, and I was just like, I had, like, my jaw drop.
I know. So then, so here I have something I want to talk about a little bit, because they talk a little bit about how they started talking 3 years ago. And they kind of, Josie and her parents decided that they were going to like cool it down and wait till she was older. Well, I did a little digging, and I saw that, so when this episode aired, Josie was 18. So 3 years ago, she would have been 15. And then I looked it up, and Kelton is 4 years older than Josie. And he would have been 19 at the time when they started talking. And she was 15.
Ew. I've always been so uncomfortable with how young Josie got married, and it just fucks me up even more that he's, like, older than her.
He's 4 years older than her, and they started talking when she was 15.
Yeah, it's not like they met at 18 and 22. It was 15 and 19. Like, fuck.
I can't imagine. Just, that really rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, and then, like, the fact that they're like, well, we needed to slow it down, like the parents talked about.
Yeah, it's like
they needed to slow it down. Like, no.
You need to pull the plug on that. That's not cool at all.
Not cool. Like, that's like child bride, man. Like, don't.
It feels like weirdly like grooming, and I don't care for it at all.
I mean, the whole kind of thing is grooming. That all you get to do in your life is get married and have babies. So why not start early?
Well, and it's like your partners are chosen for you from your parents, basically. So
yeah, you get a variety of options, maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. But they did decide that they are going to work on taking the next step after the first of the year, which it's like weird to put an exact date on this, because shouldn't that just be like
it's
something
done
you
now.
Go on based on based on feeling, and like wouldn't it be like that?
Once you ask, like, hey, do you want to go steady on January 1st?
January 1st, 2019.
I gotta get my seeds sown before then. I don't know. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. That part was awful.
Kelton and Bobby and Erin are such bro chachas that they wouldn't want to take each other's thunder.
Hell no.
Don't want to steal your thunder, brah. It'd be not hype.
Be not hype like the escape room.
So not hype. I don't even know if you'd invite me to the escape room if I were to court your soon-to-be sister-in-law. I don't even know. Like, all of these, like, your best friend's soon-to-be wife's sister.
Yeah,
also your girlfriend.
There's a lot of weird layers there.
Yep.
So then they finally finish the barn.
They did.
And after they get done, they play their annual family football game. And of course, the girls are just there to watch and cheer.
Yes, girls can't play football.
Right. And they make Kelton and Evan the team captains as like the newbies. And Gil and Greg, his brother, were the last ones chosen.
Yep. Which, like,
ageism.
Yeah, ageism. Ageism.
So then they all gather around the table for Thanksgiving dinner and do their Thanksgiving thankful statements. And of course, Gil sobs because he's Gil.
So sobs.
So sobs.
So sobs. I don't know why I wrote this way, but I love that I wrote this way accidentally. Was Kelton and Evan and Bobby all shower together? Because they went to go take showers, but I was like, in Mama Jane's house, they're all showering together.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, they have a lovely Thanksgiving dinner all outside because there's too many of them to fit inside the house.
Yeah, there's 46 people at Thanksgiving.
That's like 40 too many.
I think we had like 12 in 2019, and that was too many.
Yeah.
Like, that was a lot. That was like, I was ready to nap for like a week afterwards.
Definitely. Yeah, that's too fucking many. Poor Mama Jane.
Poor Mama Jane. They're gonna drive that woman to an early grave.
For real. All right, so the next episode is called Countdown to I Do.
Oh man.
We
start in our favorite place.
Miss
Renee's bridal.
Miss Renee's. We're in Kentucky, baby. And we're there to do a dress fitting and see how the bridesmaids' dresses are coming along.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Renee does a grand reveal of Tori's dress, and Kelly is like so relieved that she likes it. And they kept making comments, and this pissed me off so much that like after Tori had already like decided on the dress, Kelly just kept being like, "Are you sure that's the dress? I don't think it's the dress.
Like,
what the fuck?
Holy shit. I think Tori, if any of them are going to get out of the cult, I think Tori might be the first one to go because she just is over it.
I mean, if I were her, I would be, because that's not cool at all.
I think Tori's like the Jill for me. Tori and Jill are similar.
Yeah. Except that I think Tori's had already like 3 kids and she just keeps popping them out. So
yes.
That's not a great indicator, but.
No. God. But she doesn't know how to do anything else.
That's true. That is true. But thankfully Kelly likes the dress now that Miss Renee has really blinged it up and everything like that.
I know. She's like, thank goodness this one isn't plain. It's like the first one was fine. It was like a simple dress. Nice.
But Tori tries the dress on and looks very pretty in it. Mm-hmm. And
Yep. And then it's time for the bridesmaids dresses. Which, wow. They did not do anyone favors with this color.
No, it's not. It's like Barney purple. And
it is like Barney purple. It's like they were going for like fuchsia, but just got Barney.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't love the dresses. They were like short sleeve. They looked better, but the long sleeves, it's just like too much. I don't know. I don't love them, but
yeah, I know they were just a little much, like heavy or something. But it's a winter wedding.
It is. That's true. That is true.
Whatever.
So then a few of the bridesmaids still need to be fitted, but they're going to wait until the day before the wedding when Miss Renee comes in town to do that, which, like,
very typical. Very fucking typical.
No thanks.
So then we pivot to finding the trees for the Melania Trump aisle.
Oh, God.
Which, okay, so I Googled it. It was Christmas 2017 that Melania did the white branches.
Oh, shit.
And this is December 2018. So it may very well be that she saw that and was like, that would be cute for my wedding.
God. Ugh. Anyway, they have Gil working to make 40 of these trees, which are basically trees. Like just, I don't even know.
Full fucking small baby trees in a pot of cement. I don't know. It's an insane idea.
Spray-painted white.
Yeah. Like, if they had done like sprigs, like even Melania didn't do full trees. She did like the sticks that were stuck into the stuff. Like,
it was a lot because they kind of started out by thinking it was just going to be kind of like a small little sprig, but then Kelly shows up and is like, oh no, this is not what it's supposed to be like.
It's has supposed to hold be like ornaments.
Yeah, like full ass trees, like 40 fucking trees for my daughter's wedding.
Yeah, please cut down 40 trees for no reason for my daughter's wedding. What are you going to do with those 40 trees? What do they
do with them after? God, they're all in cement and spray painted.
They probably just left them in the church.
Oh, God. So it's the week of the wedding and they haven't done any of this stuff. So they finally get all of the trees cut down and now they still have to put them in cement and then let the cement dry for like several days and then paint them.
Yeah, and it's cold. And none of those things are better or faster in cold weather.
Yeah, right. So it's just kind of a fucking mess, but what would you expect?
What would you expect? It's like the main part of this wedding, and they haven't done it. That's the only thing Tori said she's wanted.
Yes.
And they haven't done it. Great.
So then, Erin and Chad are going to get an ultrasound, and they're bringing Carson for the first time. And Carson is so cute.
He's very cute. Of course, Erin also says this is her last.
Yes, which is a lie.
No.
I think she's having a baby. Well, I think she had another one, and I think she's having a baby, like, right now. Like, she's due any second.
Birthing right now.
At this moment, as we speak.
Hold on, maybe. I'm getting news from the chopper.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot to say about this. They get their ultrasound, and Carson's cute and excited for his new sister.
Let's see. Erin is, currently expecting and has 4 children.
Yes.
Sorry. I had to look up on the family spreadsheet because that's the important. I gotta know how many there are.
Fact check, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why we had this other than just to remind us that Erin's pregnant.
I think that was all that was because it was just like a little random added thing.
Let's go see Dr. Vic.
So Bobby and Tori are kind of sticking to the winter Wonderland theme for their honeymoon in addition to their wedding.
Yes.
So I guess they're going like out to California, and then they're going to go to like Yosemite, right? Is that where they were going? And having a cabin and just...
It'll be pretty.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, shit. They're the people who California is lost on, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I loved how Bobby was acting like planning a honeymoon is like such a big job and responsibility. And he's like, yeah, the girls are planning the wedding, but I'm planning the honeymoon. And it's like, well, one of those is a little bit more involved than the other.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're also packing Tori for the honeymoon, etc., then you're not even getting close to the number of tasks.
Exactly. So then it's time to work some more on the trees, because
these fucking trees.
That's what we gotta do. So Kelly and Nathan take a couple of the trees to the church to kind of visualize and make sure everything's gonna work out. And this just honestly seems like such a pain in the ass.
It seems like such a pain in the ass. Like, I don't know why they didn't just go and buy, like, get some sticks and just start sticking sticks and stuff.
From, like, a craft store or something. Like,
or cut the trees down to sticks. They got trees. Turn them into sticks.
True. And the branches, like, keep getting in the way of everything, and it's just awful.
And because there's a balcony, they have to have them a certain height in some part of it, and then they can have taller ones down there, but then they can't have it so it catches on anyone's hair or veil. And again, just make them short sticks.
Yeah, not that hard. They don't have to fill up the whole space. Like,
you can have like every other pew with a tree too. Right.
So they still have to spray paint all of these trees, like, after they cement them, and like that, it's gonna smell like spray paint for a while. So it's like
beautiful wedding smells. Through.
Oh, and then this is also where Kelly announces that she's thinking of getting LASIK surgery 4 days before the wedding.
What the fuck? This is the most, like, fundy mom move I've ever heard of in my entire life, though.
These people stress me out so much.
So much. Like, you could get it done 4 days after the wedding. That would be so much easier.
Yeah. Well, she said when she was talking about this, she's like, the 2 dates they gave me were either 4 days before the wedding or 4 days after Christmas. And it's like, 4 days after Christmas? What's wrong with that? That sounds great.
Yeah, like the 29th seems like a good time to get LASIK surgery done. No one's doing anything. You're not expected to, like, cook big meals or...
Exactly.
Whatever. Anyway. I just wrote, the only thing I wrote about it was 4 days before the wedding, and then, what an idea, LOL.
I know, right? Like, goddamn.
I'm gonna go have eye surgery 4 days before my daughter's wedding. That makes me, but not necessary eye surgery, too.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's not like, like, my eyes, like, I don't even know.
I have a pressure issue or, like, a cornea that needs to be repaired or something. No, it's just like,
wear your glasses.
I want to go get... Yeah, I want to not wear glasses for your wedding. It's like, contacts are a much cheaper solution.
Or you should have thought about that before, like, the week before the wedding,
Yeah.
But that would require forethought, and they don't have any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So then we see a part where Carlin is practicing Tori's wedding hair.
This was fucking brutal.
Fucking annoyed me so much, because of course Nathan comes up and he just has to say his opinion, and he talks about how everyone knows that guys think that girls' hair looks better down and you should wear it down, and
you'll regret having your hair up. Guys don't think you're attractive with your hair up. And she's like, but I want to show off my dress, like, it's the only time I'm ever gonna wear it. Really, like, I designed it, I think it's really pretty, blah blah. And he's like, meh. And then Gil comes in, and of course Nathan comes in. He's like, so should Tori wear her hair up or down? And Gil's just like, down, because we all know Gil's a creepy motherfucker who likes his women biblical.
Yes.
And then he, thank God, Gil, being an actual human person, unlike Nathan, feels really bad and is like, fuck, she's wearing it up. I should have said up, fuck. Which, reasonable response to saying the wrong opinion.
Yeah, and then, but that's the thing, is I fucking hate it when people are like, guys don't like, do you think that, is she doing it for guys? Because isn't she getting married? Like, is she trying to attract guys? That's, like, not the point.
Why doesn't she just ask the one guy that matters if it really matters? Or she can just do what the fuck she wants with her hair.
Do what you want on your wedding, exactly. Like,
because it's the last time that she gets a day all about herself.
Yeah, it's
for the rest of her life.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Fuck Nathan and every other man in the world.
And, of course, even Lawson and Trace and them were like, you know, you should just really surround yourself with positive people on your wedding day and stuff, like, to make you feel good. And then Nathan goes, I was positive. It was looking rough. And I'm like,
Oh,
fuck
God.
off, Nathan.
I hate Nathan so much.
He thinks he's such a smart ass, and he's not. He's just a Trump. He's just an idiot.
He is an idiot. Oh, God. I want, like, his face is so punchable, too. I mean,
I think Nathan is really the Donald Trump of the family.
Yeah, I get that.
He has no regard for anybody else. Says stupid shit, loves to just say whatever the fuck is on his mind, thinks he's the cleverest, God's
thinks very highly of himself, yes. So then it's Gil and Kelly's 30-year anniversary, so they're going to Pigeon Forge to their favorite restaurant, Old Mill, that they go to. They went up to their honeymoon here, and they go, like, every year to this restaurant, and have a little dinner to themselves.
Yep. Where they go there for the corn fritters. But, of course, then they discuss LASIK again because Kelly's had her catch up. And they're like, well, your cornea is really thin, so you'll probably need 4 to 5 days of recovery time. Which, yeah. I'm 50-50 that LASIK doctor was just lying to her. Like, you don't want to be in a wedding with your eyes freshly done.
Probably, yeah. I think he was probably just being like, how do I convince this lady to not do it?
Yeah, you'll need 4 to 5 days of recovery. 5 days of recovery.
Right. So thankfully she decides she's going to hold off until January. And I did notice in the later interviews she wasn't wearing glasses, so I think she actually did go through with it.
She did actually get it. I don't know why they'll do that, but not get vaccinated. Lasers in your eyeballs are much scarier than a vaccine to me.
Yeah. Oh, God. And then, of course, we have to have a Lawson part. So he is part of a Christmas charity concert, and he's going to perform some of his new Christmas songs. And, of course, he's late to sound check right off the bat, so great start. But he's also planning on a little special anniversary song for Gil and Kelly, and he gets Carlin to practice the harmonies like 5 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah. Like, why didn't you think, like, maybe a couple days before this event that you knew that your parents' anniversary was going to be right around there? Again, no forethought.
Yeah, none. Just absolutely none. But, yeah, I don't know. They perform. Erin also gets to play on the piano a little bit.
With Andy Leftwich, which I only remember his name because he sounds like a sandwich.
Yeah, Leftwich is such a funny last name.
It's so funny. Yeah, that part was good. Lawson was bad.
As per usual.
Gotta say it, as per usual. Lawson does not have a strong voice.
He doesn't.
It's so cruel too that he like sits in front of these, like stands in front of these people like, I'm such a good singer, and it's like these families who are like classically trained and can write music and like, you know, choruses and shit, and he's just up there like, my heart is broken, but I've got Jesus.
That's such a good Lawson impression.
Yeah, it's just not good. And he's not even very good at performing because he can't, like, roll with the punches. Which...
Yeah, like, remember his first show when he forgot the lyrics, the first song? Yeah, great.
Yeah. I mean, that one I would do, probably, but the other ones, no.
He also just went like, oh, I forgot the lyrics in the middle of the song instead of just, like, going with it and
he's just pretending.
Yeah, exactly. So then Nathan brings Kelly and Gil on stage. Nathan gives a speech about how it, you know, Gil and Kelly put it in the Lord's hands, how many kids they were going to have. I hate that they use that as, like, the reason why their parents are so amazing, because it's like, just because you reproduce 19 times, like, you could say things like, they raised us to be such, you know,
good
caring
Christians,
or
exactly, caring people, or whatever. But no, they're like, our parents are good people because God told them to fuck.
Yeah, because they have no common sense when it comes to, like,
because God said raw dog it, Gil. Like,
it's just kind of a weird thing to brag about, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is weird. Like, good job, you procreated.
Yeah, cool, congrats.
I mean, like, it's hard. It can be hard, but it's not a huge achievement. Like, it's like it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a natural process that happens.
It's like, congratulating poops or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes that is needed, though, to be fair.
Fuck yeah, dude. Sometimes you have those bad poops.
Yeah. Just congratulations on getting through it. But
the
then
other thing Nathan said was that this is their 30-year anniversary and they're going to have 30 kids and grandchildren total this year, which is fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
Fully fucked up. Yeah. Should not happen.
God, they're going to repopulate the earth.
Yeah, like this, there's already too many people on the earth, and then we don't need more fundies on top of it.
Yeah, like let's just keep it to normals, no fundies.
Normies only.
Normies only, no fundies.
Then Lawson and Carlin perform their song, and of course Kelly and Gil are all crying and touched by it all.
Yep. And all I wrote about that was Lawson can't hold a note in a bucket.
That's the truth. That's all there really is to take away from that.
Yeah.
So then the very last episode for this week is Tori's Winter Wedding Wonderland.
Oh shit, guys. It's the wedding season episode.
It's time for wedding. So it starts off with Tori packing for her honeymoon in Yosemite. And so, yeah, apparently Bobby was not doing the packing.
No, he added that on top of her wedding checklist, was to pack for honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then we get into some drama with the flower girl dresses because they come in, but they are like sheer lace, and it's like 2 days before the wedding. And so poor Michael has to like
literally walks in the door, says, "Oh man, that was such a long trip," and they're like, "Here, make 3 dresses for these girls."
She was literally like, "I already got the sewing machine ready. Go in there and do it right fucking now." It's like, god damn.
It's so brutal. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just said Michael is literally the best person to these people. Like, how is she so nice to these people?
They do not deserve Michael. That is for sure.
Her or Chad.
No, yeah, for sure.
Okay, then it's time to spray paint the trees.
Yes, and it's not going well.
Nope, the spray paint says don't use under below 60 degrees, and it's December in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's below 60 degrees.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not looking good, not covering well, not a good experience at all.
And then they call their friend, Elijah Kaneshiro.
Yes.
Who brings a spray painter, and Nathan says, everything's white, even you, because he gets white paint on his face, and he's an Asian kid, and it just hurts my soul.
It was so, I was like shocked, but not at all when he said it, and it was just like, that's what he would say in that situation, isn't it?
Uh-huh. That is. And then Gil comes up and he's like, well, white is good. And you're just like, fuck.
Oh, here we go. Just coming out and just saying it all.
Yeah, like maybe he was just talking about the trees because, they were not white first, but not a great follow-up. Editing needs a little work there.
Yeah, you should probably think before you speak, and maybe,
No.
But thankfully Elijah really does come through, and the trees are, like, really nice and fully covered, and
he got like a real paint sprayer, like he had.
Imagine that.
Who'd have thunk it?
Having the right tools is a good thing.
And why didn't the Bates already have this? Like, they built their whole house and they just painted it with fucking brushes. God damn, they probably fucking did.
That sounds like them, yeah. So then they bring all of these trees.
Mm-hmm.
They have to bring them 40 minutes on the interstate in like a trailer bed.
Yeah.
And it's just, I can't imagine, like, the amount of work it's going into for these ugly ass fucking trees is insane to me.
Yeah, that had they started it a month and a half ago, they would have scrapped and re-envisioned the project. But no, we are bound and determined to these fucking white ass trees. Stinky trees.
Anyway, they bring them all into the church and, like, find the appropriate spot for each of them and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then it's 26 hours until the wedding.
Ooh.
So Bobby's family gets there to help set up for rehearsal dinner. Because, again, why is everyone just waiting till the last minute to set these things up?
Who knows?
And then they're going to have 96 people at their rehearsal dinner.
That's fucking insane.
Why? Why do you need that many people? Like, you just, like, aren't rehearsal dinners? Like, this is how I treated my rehearsal dinner, was, like, all of our bridal party.
Mm-hmm.
We all went and rehearsed, and then I was like, thank you for showing up. Here's some food.
Yep, that's how it was for us. We did, like, our bridal party, my parents and Kyler's parents.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Yeah, it was just like a thing.
Yeah. Something that must be done, not 100 people.
No thanks. That alone is like the wedding.
Yeah. That's 3 times the people I had at my wedding.
Just, no thanks. So then Tori and Bobby get to go check on the church after it's been decorated, and they're love how it's turned out. But yeah, I hate the trees. They look awful. I hate the ornaments they put on them too.
The ornaments are so bad. If they had just left them as white trees and like decorated the bottom or something, that would have been better. But like the little purple Barney ornaments.
Yeah, I agree. If they would have put some like Christmas lights on the tree, like some white lights, that would have been pretty.
Yeah, little candles or luminaries.
Yeah, but the ornaments didn't. I hated it.
Yeah.
So then they decide to do the dinner part of the rehearsal first to get that out of the way so everyone can eat, and then
I did love that Tori's reasoning was that she didn't want people to be late for the rehearsal and have to wait for them, so she's like, you'll just be late for your own food.
Yeah, which that's fair. I mean, that's honestly some good forethought right there.
Yeah, she's learned from the late Bates.
Yeah, for real. They have a taco bar at dinner, which you can't go wrong with a taco bar if you've got a lot of people to feed. And Erin and Carlin speak as the maid and matron of honor. And in Carlin's speech, she says that she's jealous of Tori, that she's getting married, which is like such a Carlin thing to say in an honor speech.
The whole thing. Well, and the whole thing is she's like, well, me and Tori met Bobby at the same time. And oh my cow, you just dove right in. And it's like, I don't know. It's like she hates her sisters, which she might.
She might. I mean, it seems I probably would if I were her.
Yeah.
So then Gil does his speech and says a prayer, and then it's time to do the actual rehearsal.
Mm-hmm. Of which there are 10 bridesmaids.
Yeah, it's mostly just like figuring out how to space like 10 bridesmaids, 10 groomsmen.
To have 25 people on stage at one time.
Yeah. Ugh, that's way too many. It's like twice as many.
Yeah. And then, the rehearsal just sucked. It was chaos, but I think that's kind of most rehearsals.
Yeah.
You just kind of work out the kinks. But, of course, then they have to do their unity braid, and they get into a fight about the unity braid, which is peak wedding planning moment. The shit that you get into fights about when you're stressed on, like, the last day or two before. You're just like, why? Why are we fighting about rocks?
Why are we Yeah, it's like, this does not matter at all. Let's just get through it.
Yeah.
But then it's wedding day.
It is.
And Carlin's doing Tori's hair and Erin's doing her makeup. So they're all getting ready together. Kelly's sisters bring in the cake and the flowers that they were responsible for. So everything's coming together.
God, that fucking cake was ugly as shit.
It was. It was
like, it was a very well done cake, but just ugly.
Yes. Just tacky.
She has the cake talent, but then it just had Barney purple fucking ribbon on it.
That damn Barney purple.
It just looked like my big fat gypsy wedding cake. That's what
it kind of did. Yeah, it was a lot, and there was like so many flowers on it. I prefer just like more of a simple cake.
Yeah. I don't know. She's whatever. That was one of the only other things she had a light opinion about. So I guess do it.
Do whatever. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so finally it's time for Gil to walk Tori down the aisle. And I loved watching him actually do it. And I don't know if you noticed, but some of the branches did get in the way, and he had to like duck through the branches. Like he was like going through the forest.
It's very funny. But yeah, Tori looked really good and looked really comfortable in what she was wearing. Like, I'm glad she fought for the dress that she wanted, because she seemed to be having a very nice time and not like constantly tugging at it or whatever.
Right, yeah. No, it's definitely one of my favorite of the Fundy wedding dresses, I would say.
That's true.
I think it looks really good on her, and it's just pretty in general.
Yeah. It's a shame she has such good dress taste and such terrible cake taste.
True. Oh, God. And then, of course, because, I don't know, these people have to always be doing shit like this, Bobby performs a song on the piano that he wrote for Tori during the ceremony. It's just
killed me.
So awkward. Like, I would hate so much to have to just sit there and listen to somebody sing a song for me in front of, like, 1,000 people.
Like, at least she got to sit behind the piano, unlike the fucking Josh Duggar wedding where he just sang to her, like,
standing there.
Ugh, awkward.
I just let's cut it out with these songs. I'm over it.
Why are people always singing to each other like this? Not even good songs.
Yeah, for real. Then Gil does the vows, And Tori keeps messing up and giggling and laughing the whole time, which seems like Tori.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah. The nerves that get to you when you're in front of 1,000 people and you're not used to it.
Yeah, it's like when Kyler and I got married, he literally said, "My hands are so sweaty," in the middle of the ceremony, and I was like, nobody needs to know that, but okay.
I didn't hear that, so
I'm glad you didn't, because some people did.
My hands are so sweaty. That's so funny.
So finally they do their damn unity braid, and Lawson performs the song at the same time.
Thank God there was someone to distract from their unity braiding.
God, yeah, but thankfully the unity braid doesn't go disastrously. They get through it.
They braided
it. They braided their unity, I guess. So it's all ready to go.
Yep. And it's then time for the thing that everybody comes to the wedding for.
Everyone
the smoocheroonie. I love watching two awkward people who have never kissed anyone before kiss.
Yeah, not awkward at all. Not awkward at all.
But they didn't do too bad.
We've seen a lot worse.
Yes. Yeah, they just did a
normal
turn
kiss.
Your head and
yeah, just a normal kiss. So good for them. And then they go out of the chapel, and Tori said, "Okay, let's go say hey to the people, and then let's go."
Yeah, I know. I just wrote Tori is fully ready to fuck.
She is ready to get out of there and get it on.
She's like, I really liked that kiss. That really solidified that I'm doing this for the right reasons. Sex.
I'm interested in this, so let's continue.
Let's go. Yeah. So basically, they cut the cake. She tries to feed him off the knife. She was just like, go, go, go. Eat
and he was
cake.
like, that's a knife. He literally said, that's a knife.
And
she was like, yeah. So? Yeah, and sharp things in your mouth? Yeah. I don't know.
Then she throws the bouquet, and Josie gets it.
Josie gets it, which is foreshadowing.
Poor child bride.
God, I know. I hate it. But that's the end. That's the.
They shoo him off into the car to go bang into the future and create more
off into the future
babies.
And yeah, I hope that the trees were worth all of that labor.
Yeah,
doesn't really seem like it to me, but who am I?
Yeah,
to say.
Who knows?
I don't know.
It's what I could say about a lot of things that go into a wedding. So
that is true. But I think that about brings us to the end this week. If you have anything you'd like to say about this episode or any of our other episodes, or if you have any suggestions for things you'd like us to watch in the future, feel free to send us an email at tvliterate@gmail.com.
And you can find us everywhere on the internet at TV Literate. We're on Reddit, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're everywhere. If you need us, you can find us. And if you would like to help us with our podcast hosting costs, or if we've entertained you and you want to give us a buck, it's at ko-fi.com/TV Literate.
Yes, and we would also appreciate any reviews you could leave us if you have the chance. And we promise to not wait a month before we post the next episode, unless
somebody else gets COVID. God, knock on wood.
I was gonna say it probably wouldn't be me, so
nope. Don't curse me.
I'm not manifesting it for you. Don't worry, it's not gonna happen.
We'll be fine.
But we will see you guys next time with another episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.